Okay, my name is Patrick Kiernan, and here's my explanation quiz. Number 1, 12a minus 96ab. Okay, so first, I know that this is a polynomial, and I know that I need to factor it. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for the greatest common factor between these two. Have you found it yet? It's 12a, because 12a times 8 equals 96a, which is part of this right here, and then 12a times 1 is 12a. So they both have a greatest common factor of 12a. So 12a can come out here. I'm going to start factoring it. What is 12a divided by 12a? 1. Minus, what is 12a divided by 96ab? 8b. So there is our first factored form. This is factored right here, and this is what you're looking for when you're factoring. Okay, so our second one here, d to the second plus 12d minus 64. This right here is a trinomial. With using trinomials when we're factoring, a really easy way to do it is to use this method called the x method. We put an x here, we take the a term times the c term, 64. Pardon me, negative 64. So we have negative 64, then we have to take the b term and put it in the bottom part. So right now, what we're gonna do, we're gonna try and find two numbers that add up to 12 and multiply to negative 64. So let me think. 16 and negative 4. 16 plus negative 4, 12. 16 times negative 4, negative 64. So we're going to substitute these in. D2 plus 16d minus 4d minus 64. I put those in there, and now what we're going to do, we're going to start factoring. I'm going to take d2 and 16d. I'm going to take negative 4d, and I'm going to take negative 64. Right now, in this state, I'm going to try and find the greatest common factors for both of these equations right here. For this one, d to the second plus 16d, it looks like the greatest common factor is going to be d. So what's d to the second divided by d? It's d. And then what's 16d divided by d? 16 plus 16. All right, now we're going to move over to this one. Negative 4d minus negative 64, minus 64. We need to find the greatest common factor for this problem. The greatest common factor here is negative 4. Negative 4 divided by negative 4d divided by negative 4 is d. Negative 64 divided by negative 4 is 16. 16. See how these two are similar? That means I can take the greatest common factor for both of them, d and negative 4, and I can multiply it times d plus 16. And now your trinomial is factored. Okay, so here's our third and final factoring of a polynomial. This is a difference of squares. A difference of squares has to fit this formula right here. A to the second minus b to the second. So we look at our a term. Our a term is 9a. Is 9a to the second. Is 9a to the second a perfect square? It is. 3a to the second. All right, now let's look at our b term. 121. Is 121 a perfect square? Again, it is. 11. So now we've fulfilled this formula right here with our equation. So now what we have to do, 3a plus 11, 3a minus 11. This brings us right back to our original equation. And if you don't believe me, we can check it. 3a times 3a, 9a to the second. 3a times negative 11, negative 33a. 11 times 3a, 33a. And then we have 11 times negative 11, negative 121. These two in the middle cancel each other out. So we have 9a to the second minus 121. Right back to where we were in the beginning. Thank you for watching, and I hope you learned something.